Hello, dear friend. What is one of the top topics in the crypto news agenda right now? What you say, boy? Hamster listing? Well, it's interesting, but it has less impact on the overall crypto market than the really important long-term topic, which is the adoption of the Ethereum ETF. So, everyone's talking about it, but as we find out from personal message, not everyone really understands what this ETF beast is and why it's bigger than a hamster. Let's get a quick breakdown. The abbreviation ETF stands for Exchange Traded Funds. It means simply a fund traded on the exchange. Regular ETFs can include different assets, stocks, bonds and other securities. An investor puts his money into such fund and gets a share in it, and thus a shape of ownership of these assets, without physically owning the assets. That is, you bought a part of the fund used this money to buy assets, and you indirectly own these assets. In the case of crypto funds, what assets the fund buys is directly derived from its name. For example, just yesterday we posted the news that Grayscale launched a new fund that will invest in AI tokens like TAO, FIL, LPT, NIR and others. But this is not an ETF, because the key difference between ETFs is the admission to trading on an exchange. It means access to the general public when any user of this exchange can go in and buy a part of a fund. In fact, one of the milestones of that very mass adoption of crypto. I think the flavor is clear. Now the purchase of cryptocurrency, the same Ethereum, implies that the investor must somehow transfer the money into stable coins, enter them on the SEX or DEX exchange, make the purchase, where to withdraw the money. It means to make a special wallet for this purpose. It means to carry out a lot of complex actions, some of which are for the law in the gray zone, especially if the investor is a legal entity. Well, just imagine how all this stuff and to conduct on the accounting and report to the government services for those transactions. ETFs are a completely different matter. An investor buys a part of ETF shares from his account on an official platform, for example on the same New York Stock Exchange. The exchange provides all necessary papers and justifications. Everything is clean and transparent. Investors do not need to make unnecessary movements to understand all these DEXs, SEXs, wallets, blockchain and so on, especially since many people are distrustful of a world of Web3. Accordingly, the emergence of ETFs on the asset significantly increases the audience that can buy this asset. Moreover, the richest part of the audience get access. I think everyone understands what money is circulating on the exchange. Again, the acceptance of the asset by society and government is growing. It's no longer some phantom, a set of numbers from your internet. It's a serious asset. It's traded on the exchange. Therefore, the adoption of an ETF on an asset is highly likely to lead to an increase in its price in the future. This was already the case with Bitcoin, as the adoption of ETF on Bitcoin was one of the reasons for its growth at the beginning of this year. The same is expected from Ethereum. But the devil is in the details. We have already mentioned in our video about smart money and current situation on the market that the adoption of ETFs often has a delayed effect. For example, it took more than a month from the adoption of the Bitcoin ETF to the bull phase, and before that, the market maker mercilessly dropped the price and cut off all those who like to enter long deals on the news. I remind you, buy on rumors, sell on news. Yesterday, news broke that the first Grayscale Ethereum mini trust and ProShares Ethereum ETF have been approved for listing on the ARC electronic trading platform on New York Stock Exchange. But there is an interesting point. They are approved, but they cannot be listed until the issuers, it means these funds, do not receive final comments on the relevant S1 ETF documents from SEC before the spot products can start listing. I mean, you can sort of do it, but more waiting, folks. Besides, there are a lot of exchanges. People still need to try them out. What is this beast Ethereum ETF? So, a one-day price rise is unlikely. But the news is positive, of course. The political agenda in the US also plays into the hands of a market. There is the increased chances of victory for Trump, who has explicitly stated that he will strive to lead the US in the crypto sphere. And the fact that officials from the SEC are actively reassessing and moving towards a softer attitude towards Bitcoin and Ethereum. For example, Hester Pierce, one of the heads of the SEC, said that both staking and other activities with ETFs on Ethereum and Bitcoin are open for reconsideration. Companies, for example, were already actively disclosing commission rates for spot Ethereum ETFs yesterday, from 0.2% at Bitwise to 2.5% at Grayscale, which means the case for ETF adoption they consider almost solved. Let's see if his confidence is justified, and we will keep and stay tuned. Where is the best place to do it? I think you already know.